Hey Beckham and Wando, I'm Sailor Picaro, and welcome back to another school year with East Cooper Student News. We've got a lot coming up on the show today, including a look into the new South Carolina driving laws, e-bikes popping up on the roads and even now on school campuses, and Fisher is back cooking in the kitchen, literally, with a perfect mac and cheese recipe. We've got all that and more. The first ECSN episode of the 2025-2026 school year starts now. Thanks for watching East Cooper Student News. I'm Sailor Picaro. The new school year calls for new student drivers on the road. Not only do they have to adjust to driving, they also have to follow South Carolina's new driving laws. ECSN reporter Emma Brooks tells us more.
With the new school year starting, we've got tons of young drivers in our parking lots. Some are veterans, but some are brand new drivers.
I've had a generally good experience in the parking lot so far. It's not bad. I think it could be a lot worse. I've had a pretty decent experience.
Licensed students like Daniela Gambino in the East Cooper community are eligible to drive and park at school. But the addition of new drivers every year has led to some chaos in our parking lots.
I've never been in a wreck and I've never seen a wreck, but I know a lot of people have, and I know friends who've gone in a wreck. It's a lot of like fender benders. I guess people aren't paying attention.
Last year we had someone who was hurriedly pulling out of a spot. They wrapped their little push bumper on a Jeep around the front end of a SUV and almost pulled the whole bumper off because they just weren't paying attention.
East Cooper Student Resource Officer, Officer O'Keefe, helps monitor our parking lots. He says the problems start when new drivers rush for the best parking spot possible.
It's not a rush. There's plenty of parking spots. As long as you're assigned a parking pass, you should have a spot. Even if you have to park in the back, just park in the back. Don't risk parking in the staff parking lot because they'll write you a warning or put a boot on your car.
Over at Beckham, Coach Johnson monitors the parking. He sees the problem with student drivers to be a bit different.
The kids don't pay attention a lot. They're on their phones.
The state has a new solution meant to help Coach Johnson's problem and ensure the safety of all drivers. As of September 1st, the new hands-free driving law makes it illegal for drivers to touch their cell phones while on the road.
First 180 days, it'll be kind of a grace period where if you get pulled over for it, you'll be given a warning.
After that grace period, drivers who break the law will face a $100 fine the first time. If a driver breaks the law within 3 years of their first ticket, they will face a $200 fine and 2 points on their license. But O'Keefe says phones aren't the only problem.
People just need to kind of slow down a bit coming through the parking lots as well. Utilize their mirrors as well instead of just trusting in that camera to see everything, because it misses your blind spot.
To help keep student drivers on the same page, the CAS has also taken action. I'm here in ELA at the CAS to show the new flow of traffic to keep student drivers safe. Students will enter through the gate, turn into the CAS parking lot, and follow the one-way pattern, taking only left-hand turns. The CAS isn't the only school with a one-way traffic pattern. Beckham students deal with it too.
My biggest issue with the parking lot is that we can't turn left because a lot of people need to go on Mathis Ferry, and we all have to turn right, and then we have to turn around in a neighborhood, and it's really annoying. Otherwise, I think it's not bad. Like, the layout's pretty good. Leaving during early out is a little bit annoying because the second lane isn't open.
South Carolina's new hands-free law went into effect a month ago. Officer O'Keefe told ECSN that you can also get pulled over for other distractions, like eating, holding papers, or really anything that takes your eyes off the road and hands away from the wheel. I'm here with Macklin Levin, who has more on a non-traditional way students are getting to school.
Yeah, Emma, Mount Pleasant has seen a big increase in kids riding e-bikes, and that includes riding them to school. Now town and school officials are trying to make sure that they have the proper safety measures in place because these aren't your dad's bikes.
Kids have been riding bikes to school for years now, but now there's a new trend surfacing. Take one look at the Lucy Beckham bike rack, and you'll notice there's a lot more e-bikes on the rack than there used to be. Riding e-bikes can be a very fun and enjoyable way to get to school, but officers like Officer Michaela Capers says it's important to realize the risks with the increase in e-bikes.
The biggest safety concern that we see with the riding of e-bikes is speed. As I mentioned earlier, kids are younger riding them, and they're riding them down the street at 25 plus miles an hour. Anything over 20 miles an hour is now considered a moped. So imagine, your 13-year-old riding a moped down the street. Naturally, you wouldn't allow that to happen. It's the same concept with e-bikes. They go just as fast as a moped does, and some of them go up to speeds of 40, which is now classified as a motorcycle. So you wouldn't let your juvenile ride around on a motorcycle. So it's the same thing with e-bikes. You shouldn't allow them to ride e-bikes at that speed because it's simply dangerous.
E-bikes are not allowed to go over 20 miles an hour on sidewalks, which is outlined in the Mount Pleasant regulations because they could become unsafe. E-bikes provide fast transportation and are a fun way to operate if done properly. On the other hand, if operated wrong, e-bikes can become very dangerous.
So e-bikes have kind of like a dual effect. There are positive effects of e-bikes in Mount Pleasant. It's a nice way to get around when operated safely. On the back end, the negative effects is that sometimes they aren't operated safely and the e-bikes are a lot faster than they're supposed to be, and they're operated by kids who don't know traffic laws.
Because of the dangers of riding e-bikes, schools like Beckham wants riders to know that they need to make sure they're riding a legal e-bike to school and that the bike is registered. Its guidelines, like the officer says, begins at home.
So enforcing safe rules for kids riding the e-bikes, that's going to start with the parents, knowing what you're buying your child. So understanding the regulations of an e-bike and then buying something that's within the parameters of what they can use. Also just safety things like helmets, knee pads, elbow pads, things like that would help in the instance of a fall.
While riding e-bikes are a fun and engaging way to get out of the house, make sure to stay safe while riding. Back to you, Sailor.
Thanks, Emma and Macklin. With cars on the road and e-bikes on the up, operators need to take extra precautions as wrecks have been happening left and right here in Mount Pleasant. Back at the CAS, HOSA held their first blood drive of the year in September. The blood drive raised $1,500. Needless to say, it was a huge success. They had 147 people donate from all over the East Cooper community, ultimately being able to save 291 lives with 97 usable units. Thank you to everyone who participated and was able to give back and make a difference. As we welcome in the class of 2029, the freshmen rise and shine bright and early at 6:45 a.m. for the second annual Freshman Sunrise. At the football field, they had free donuts, fun games, and announced the freshman class president and vice president. Congratulations to Noah Burton, the freshman class president, and Jess Sasson, the vice president. Every year, Wando has its club fair on Friday, September 26th. Nearly every club at Wando held a booth in the bus loop during all the lunches to promote what they're all about. Seriously, there's a club for everyone, from the Chocolate Milk Club to the Spanish Club. There are so many ways to get involved. Homecoming week brought tons of school spirit. Seeing the whole Chop House show out in their boots and their country best really took the energy from the stands to the field. Congratulations to Homecoming King Jack Larkin and Queen Simone Nihalani. For many of us, homecoming is a meaningful event to look forward to and participate in as a community. Finding a sense of community is important, and there's one organization in Mount Pleasant who is doing just that, with some exceptional adults.
You're looking at the kitchen of Big Low Country, a place where adults with special needs contribute to the world. Big Low Country is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to help adults with special needs gain real skills.
And providing a community that sees them for who they are, which is made in the image of God.
3 days a week, St. Peter's Church allows Big Low Country workers to come in and help out their citizens. Workers like Anne-Marie Parker say Big Low Country tries to maximize their time with citizens by creating a structured schedule they follow every day.
First we do devotion, which is a lot of fun. They love it. Session 1 we'll do we do a different project in session 1 and we do a different project in session 2.
Oh, and the painting. The painting's fun because it feels relaxing and love doing the colors.
Yeah, plus it feels like we're Bob Ross. We're all Bob Rosses here.
Though they find an interest in different crafts, they all have one thing in common, their favorite thing to bake.
I like to make cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
Chocolate chips.
I like making all the cookies.
While it's all fun and games to paint and bake cookies, Big Low Country says they serve a much bigger purpose. Because Kate says she sees high school students with special needs leaving high school with very few options. Kate says more than 66% of young adults on the autism spectrum neither have a job nor are in school. On top of that, many struggle with mental health issues. Kate says right now there are only 2 other places in Mount Pleasant who provide similar services, but one of them is only open 1 day a week, and the other works with people who are free from significant behavioral challenges.
But seeing a citizen come to us feeling bad about themselves, feeling marginalized, feeling like they don't have any skills, feeling like people find them annoying, or whatever it is, just excluded from society, and coming somewhere where people love them, see their values, see the skills that they have that are hidden, and becoming part of something, a community that loves them. It's very different from other workshop type things I've seen for adults with special needs, where you've got a leader and they're basically telling an adult what to do. And here we're working alongside, and it's a partnership, and it's really beautiful to see how citizens start feeling good about themselves and how they develop their skills. That's different to me.
Many adults with special needs have nowhere to go, and they may not have a support system. This is why Big Low Country is here trying to create a place where adults with special needs contribute to the world.
It's an outrageous program. All the citizens, we call them all the citizens, are an image of God, and we see it every day, and we enjoy it.
And reporting for ECSN, I'm Addie Burnham.
And I'm Maria Francesca Picone.
Thanks, y'all. Big Low Country is working on expanding their operations at St. Peter's Church. The new building is under construction now. The building will give Big Low Country its own space to enroll more citizens, be open more days, and give people more opportunities. If you have any further questions or want to learn more, head on over to their website, biglowcountry.org. Engineering teacher Mr. Scholander and his capstone engineering students got some hands-on experience doing some high-level problem solving by designing prosthetic body parts, and Mr. Scholander is happy with the results.
It's a practical application that I think everybody can actually rationalize. So we want something that everybody can, maybe not have direct experience with, but everybody can understand easily. So amputees, while they may face some hard circumstances, they don't want to lose every aspect of enjoyment in their life. So this particular group thought that attaching a paddle feature might better help an amputee get back in the swimming pool or in the ocean and be able to swim.
Get ready to bring your whipped cream because the Engineering Club is whipping up something good. They are hosting the Ultimate Pie Showdown here at the CAS on October 13th during First Lunch. Whether you are tossing or tasting, you definitely don't want to miss it. Students and staff are able to donate money to cast their vote via the QR code. Make sure to scan and cast your vote. And just like that, culinary student Fisher Bond is back with fish food. And this season, he is here to help step up your kitchen game. He's going to give y'all some everyday recipes while incorporating some tips on the basis of cooking, information on mother sauces, and different cuts of meats.
Welcome back to Season 2 of Fish Food. My name's Fisher, and on this season, I'm here to teach you the basics of cooking through recipes that are for sure to wow your friends and family. On today's episode, I'm making a home-style mac and cheese. First, we need to make the cheese sauce. The base of all good cheese sauces is a bechamel, one of the 5 French mother sauces. And to make a bechamel, we need a roux. Now, even though I'm using fancy French words, these things are incredibly simple. A roux is 50% flour and 50% fat. Think butter or oil. And a bechamel is just a roux with milk and seasoning. So, to start the roux, melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a pot on medium, and then add in an 1/8 cup of flour and mix until it's golden. There you go, you just made a roux. Now, add any seasonings you like. Remember, in baking, you measure in cups and ounces, but in cooking, you measure with your heart. Today, I'm adding salt, pepper, dried mustard, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and chili flakes. Give that a stir and you're ready to turn your roux into a bechamel. Pour in about 1½ cups of milk to the pot and grab a whisk. Stir until it's thickened, which could take up to 15 minutes. If you don't know if it's done or not, take a spoon and dip it in the sauce. If it coats the back like this, you know the bechamel is ready. For the final name change of this sauce's life, I'm going to add a cup of shredded Colby Jack and a cup of shredded pepper jack cheese. I shredded this from a fresh block, but if you have pre-shredded cheese from a bag, that works just as well. Now stir it in until it changes to a yellow-orange color. Now we need somewhere to put the sauce. Cook up about 5 ounces of any pasta shape you'd like and pour the cheesy sauce over it. Next, pour the pasta into a baking dish and let it cook in the oven on 375 for about 20 minutes, or until you can't wait anymore. To add a little finesse to mine, I'm going to add smoked paprika and breadcrumbs on top. Now, after those 20 minutes are up, take out the mac and cheese and dig in. Thanks for watching Fish Food. I'm Fisher Bond, and I'll see you next time.
That looks amazing, Fisher. Thank you. Well, that's all for today's show. We hope you enjoyed the first episode of the school year. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Sailor Picaro.